We'll be back.
5th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Oh, so yesterday we didn't meet, so we just we started from Yom Rishon. I didn't mark it off because I said to myself, "Oh, I know exactly where we're holding. I won't forget until the next day," but I didn't realize it was going to be 2 days. Let's see. Oh, so we were discussing these various cases. So I think the last case that we discussed was the case of Ravina and the date palm tree. And now we're up to Rav Ashi. So Rav Ashi, welcome back, Roy.
Thank you, and welcome back to everybody.
And now we're up to Rav Ashi. Just finding where it's the last quarter of the page down. Towards the bottom of the page.
It's 113b4, the left-hand column, the last paragraph, another incident.
Okay, so it starts with Rav Ashi Havi Ka'azil Ba'orcha. Rav Ashi was walking along the way. Roy, you want to start the reading?
Okay. All right. Rav Ashi Ava Ka'azil Ba'orcha. Rav Ashi was going down the road. Kazar Shibashah Gugufna Befar Disa Usile Ba Kotufe De Anabe, when he saw a vine branch in an orchard from which clusters of grapes were hanging. Umar lay the Shamaia, he said to his attendant, Zil Chazi E de Kusi Ninehu Ayate. Go and see if they are Kusians and bring them. Israel Ninachu Lo Ayatili. If they are Jews, do not bring them to me. Do not bring me them. Right, don't bring them me. Rav Ashi intended that his intendant should pay for the grapes, but he knew that a Jew would not accept payment for him. So he told his attendant to buy the grapes only if they belonged to a Kuthian. Shemei Hahu Kosi de Heva Yosef Befaradisa. However, there was this Kuthian sitting in the orchard who overheard Rav Ashi's instructions and did not realize that Rav Ashi intended to pay for the grapes. So he asked Rav Ashi, Guvursi Shore, are the grapes of a Kuthian permitted without payment? Rav Ashi answered him, Bosi Shokil Dome Yisrael Lo Shakil Dome. My intent was that a Kuthian will take money from me for the grapes, whereas a Jew would not take money.
Okay. Let's see, we have any Rashi over here.
Did he mean that the Jew would give him the grapes, or did he mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Let's see what Rashi says, if anything, here. Yeah, there's a Rashi over here. Well, not really too much, but yeah, not too really much at all. Okay, I guess Rashi thought it was self-explanatory. But in any case,
I'm assuming that the reason is that Rav Ashi would be honored by a Jew, and the Jew would say, "Oh, the great Rav Ashi, I'm not going to charge you. I'll give you the grapes for free." But he didn't want that. He didn't want to get the grapes for free. He wanted to pay.
right, he did. That's the main point over here. Rashi did not want to receive a gift,
Right.
not from a non-Jew and not from a Jew either. Didn't want to receive a gift. That
his answer to the Kuthian who was sitting in the orchard is meant as a slap in the face.
I don't think so. It's just a truthful statement. He's explaining to him. He's saying, it's not that I'm not going to pay you. I will pay you. The reason I don't want to get from a Jew is because he will give it as a gift.
Yeah, he needed to explain the difference because the Kusi heard the whole conversation that Rav Ashi had with his attendant. So he knew he heard that Rav Ashi said, "Oh, if it belongs to a Jew, then don't take it. But if it belongs to a Kusi, then take it." But
he didn't say pay for it, did he?
The language of the Gemora is Amar Leila Shame. He said to his attendant, "Zil Chazi, go and look and check it out. Idekusi ninu, if these grapes belong to a kusi, aisi, bring them to me." That's all those words mean.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say that he didn't say that he was going to pay for them to the attendant. He didn't feel any need to explain to the attendant why it was that he was instructing him to take the grapes from the kusi and not from the Jew. He didn't explain to him. He just told him what to do. Ida Yisrael Ninu. If, however, the grapes belong to a Jew, lo aisi, then don't bring them to me. Lo isili, do not bring them to me. There's no hint of any that those are the words. Those are what the words mean. So he didn't even to the attendant. He didn't see any reason to explain to him why it is that he was doing what he told him. Didn't see any reason to explain to the attendant why he instructed him in the way that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And it just says, Shama hau kusi da hau yosig b'pardesa. There was a kusi that happened to be there in the orchard. and he heard he heard every word that Rav Ashi said. So Amar Lay, so he asked Rav Ashi a question. It does seem like a rather pointed question. Oh, Rabbi, the Kusi Shari, is it permissible to take grapes from a Kusi without
Paying.
without paying? That's the implication. Whereas you wouldn't do that if it belonged to a Jew. You wouldn't take without paying. So Rav Ashi answered him, Amrle, Kusi Shakil Dami. A Kusi will take money. Yisrael lo Shakil Dami. Yisrael will not take money. So Rashi doesn't have any words of explanation over here. It doesn't seem. So now there is a Tosfos has a little bit different girsa. The third Tosfos on the page.
Mm-hmm.
He comments on this conversation between the Kusi and Rav Ashi. Hakikamina, this is what I meant when I said when you heard me say what I said. This is what I meant. Hakikamina. The Kusi Ninu, if it belongs to a Kusi, so then take it. Bring them to me. Near Lari. You see that Tosfos there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lou, you want to take a shot?
Near Lari, it seems to me.
Yeah. Near the Rebbeinu Yitzchak.
Oh, that's
One of
that's the particular one who's writing this Tosfos?
He's the one that the Bali Tosfos are bringing his view over here. Yes.
Got it. Shekain haya de aso mis mitchila kamo she hashiv le hakusi. That since it is known initially how much Shashiv, how important is a kusi? Velo kamo shahaya hakusi sover, and it's not like a kusi. What's shover?
Sover, like he held.
It's not like he held.
Meaning not like he not like he thought.
Right. De'im Cain, that if so, haya sover, he would hold the gazal, that the the rabbi was going to steal. Hakusi. Oh no, that the Kusi was going to steal. Mutar. That's stealing. Oh, stealing from a Kusi is mutar. He would think that, according to Rabbi Ashi, stealing from a kuti is permissible. De'ain chiluk bein geneva le gezela, that there's no difference between thieving and robbing. De be geneva ika, that it is thieving, meaning taking it secretly. Chilul Hashem ki sheyada libasof v'chol hancha shema'asa. It's a desecration of God's name that he knew that in the end all what is hincha?
Hanach. Shmaisa. And in this entire case here, in this entire, I think, not just this case, but the Shmaisa, I think it refers to the sugya itself. These various, that's what we've been talking about. In other words, the Shmaisa refers to the sugya. The sugya means the last page or two, we've been discussing this matter of Gezel and Chilul Hashem. So, Ubechol Hanach Shmaisa, and in this entire section of the Gemora here, which has been discussing this matter,
Lo
Ella
Hanhu de Ashrei Da'asi Da'asri Dazal Kinani that I don't know. I'm lost a little bit here. Let me finish the sentence, and then maybe I can ask you to translate. Kinani below Maisi Tanaye de Hamid Kabel de Share. Yeah, I need help translating, Rabbi, please.
Okay. I guess the first thing we got to do is translate the words, and Be'ezus Hashem, the translation will lead us to the correct pshat in the Tosus. Okay, Hake Kamina. So Tosus has got those words in his text of the Gemora. Hake Kamina. Rav Ashi is saying to the Kusi, this is what I meant by what I said. The Kusi Ninhu. If they belong to a Kusi, then bring them to me. Now, what's the issue? We got to figure out what's the issue. Well, let's just translate first. Let's translate the words. We're not gonna. Well, okay. Nira Lari. It appears to the Ri as follows. Shekain haya daito mitchila, kamo sheheshiv lahakusi. Says the Ri, it appears to him that so it was the intention, das over here means the intention and the mindset of Rav Ashi, mitchila, from the very outset of the matter when he saw the grapes initially. Kamo sheheshiv lahakusi. It was exactly the mindset and explanation that he expressed to the Kusi afterwards. V'lo kamo shehaya hakusi sover, and it was not like what the Kusi thought. Okay, so we see, we're just now we translated the words, now we're gonna give a understanding. Well, what is the issue over here of the Ri? The issue of the Ri is, maybe somebody will say that, Rav Ashi, he didn't really, he really, maybe he had other intentions at the outset. But when he heard that the Kusi overheard what he said, he quickly retraced his steps and did a little fast footwork and said, oh, yes, of course. The reason that I did what I did, and I told my attendant to take, if it's a Kusi and not to take, is because of blah, 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 right? But he didn't really, that wasn't his original intention. So the Ri, that's the issue over here. So the Ri is saying it appears to him that in fact Rav Ashi was of exactly the same mindset all the way from the outset as we see what his mindset was in his explanation to the Kusi, and therefore accordingly the Kusi didn't get it right. The Kusi, it was not like his mindset. Rav Ashi was not like the Kusi thought that it was. And now the Ri wants to prove that that was so, that no one should have a doubt about that. It wasn't simply that Rav Ashi did some fancy footwork and had a good answer for the Kusi. No, this is what he intended to do from the outset. It's interesting that the Ri feels a need to prove that this was so. I mean, if that's what Rav Ashi told to the Kusi, do we think that that wasn't his real intention, but that's what he just told the Kusi? Okay. In any case, that's what the Ri's issue is over here. Okay, so then now for the proof. What's the proof that he thought like this initially, and it wasn't just an answer that he was able to give to the Kusi after the fact, after he was caught, so to speak? No, says the Ri, the Imkain, because if it would have been like that, if it would have been that really Rav Ashi's intention was that since if it belongs to a Kusi, so then bring them to me, because there's no why. If that would be so, Haya Sover the Gezel Hakusi Mutter. That would indicate that Rav Ashi held that Gezel of a Kusi was Mutter, and that's why he was able to do that, and that's why he told the guy, if it belongs to a Jew, don't take it, because you can't steal from a Jew. But if it belongs, but he didn't intend to pay for it. In other words, he didn't intend to pay. And so therefore, since he didn't intend to pay, so then it would constitute gazel. Can't gazel from a Jew. Oh, but a Kusi you could gazel from. Oh, so therefore he told him to bring it, and he didn't mean that he was going to pay for it. If that would be so, then Rav Ashi would be holding that gezel hakusi. How could he do that? If he's not going to do something that's usher, so it must be according to if that would be so, that not like the Ri wants to say, so then we would have to say that Rav Ashi held that gezel hakusi is permissible. The ein chiluk ben geneva legezela, and accordingly there would be no difference between the din of geneva of a kusi and gezela of a kusi. How so? Explains the Re. Dibegeneva, Ika, Nami, Hil Hashem. The Bach over there, that's the Hey in parentheses, sends you to the Bach. The Bach adds a word over there, Dibegeneva, Ika, Nami, Hil Hashem. Because that would indicate that there is also a Hil Hashem in the case of Geneva. When Kishayada, Levasov, when the Kusi would eventually find out that Rav Ashi took his grapes without paying. That would be a Chilul Hashem. And this next word you have to say ubechol. Ubechol hanak shmaisa. And says Tosus, in this entire sugya, this section of Gemora that we have been discussing over here, lo aisi ella hanu de asre gezel kanani. We have only found an opinion that asers gezel of a kanani. Lo aisi tanai de hamakabel de shari. Lo mesi tanai, and we didn't bring as a condition to that the hamakabel deshari. Okay, so this last few words, this sentence over here needs a bit of understanding. What the words are, the translation of the words are, is that ubechol hanach shmaisa, and in this section over here in the Gemara that we've been discussing this matter, lo isi ella hanu de asrei gezel kanani. The sugya has not brought any discussion except in regard to the matter of the isser of the gezel of a non-Jew. I guess he means to say as opposed to the geneva of a non-Jew. Right now, just now we know what the difference between gezel and geneva is. Gezel is you take it from in front of him, generally with some amount of force, because otherwise he's not going to give it to you. So that's called gezel. And geneva is you go in stealth and you sneak in there without him knowing that you're stealing from him, and you take it away. That's the geneva. So but we have not discussed, says Tosfos, anything in regard to the prohibition of engaging in thievery from a non-Jew. All we've been discussing over here is gezel, outright robbery from the hand of the one who's being robbed. Below lo mesi tanai, and we did not bring a condition to hamakabel deshari. Not sure what that means. That the one who accepts it is permissible. Lo mesi tanai da hamakabel deshari. Not sure what that means. That the one who accepts it is permitted to do so. Not sure what that means. and presumably the Ria understands that, right? Even though we later found out that the Gemora tells us that the Kusi was just standing right there and he heard everything, but it would seem as though Rav Ashi did not realize that he was there. And so, if so, this would be a case not of Gezel, but it would be a case of Geneva. If on that side that he wasn't going to pay for it. So that might be what Tosfos is trying to tell us, that on the face of it, this case would appear to be a case of Geneva, if it would be the case that Rav Ashi didn't intend to pay for it, and But he says, though, that Imkain Hayasober, the Gezel Hakusi Mutter. If he didn't intend to pay originally, so that must have only been because of the Rav Ashi held that Gezel of a non-Jew would be permissible. Because why? Because in Chiluk bein the Geneva the Gezela, the Geneva Nami Ika Chil Hashem Kishayeda. It seems like Tosfos is saying that Gezel in other words, he's putting together the dinim of Geneva and Gezel with the din of Chil Hashem. And together with the emendation of the Bach, that he says that Geneva is also involves a Chil Hashem. When will it involve a Chil Hashem? Because it's being done in stealth. How would the non-Jew know that it was a Jew that did it? If it's being done as an act of Geneva, an act of stealth, it would only be, but it is certainly possible, right? Keshayeda, says Tosfos, when he finds out, Levasof, if he would find out in the end that a Jew thieved it from him, so then that would be a Chil Hashem. So there's also a Chil Hashem factor in the case of Geneva, just like there is obviously in the case of Gezela. You know, really the whole issue of Gezel, of a non-Jew being mutter or usser, would seem to be a moot point, because by definition, the act of Gezel is that the Goslin is gosling the chayfetz from the hand of the nigzal, the one who's being stolen from, the one who's being robbed, and like that, that's an open chil Hashem, provided that the Jew looks like a Jew and he realizes that it's a Jew. Even if Gezel Hagoy would be mutter, but it would seem that in all cases there's in the case of Gezel there would be it would be usher, because it would be a chilul Hashem. But that's not so in the case of Geneva. Geneva is not it's not exactly the same thing, because at the time of the Geneva, the non-Jew does not know who stole, who thieved it from him. But if he would find out who thieved it from him, that it was a Jew, so then that would be Chil Hashem, and that's what Tosfos is saying. That also in the case of Geneva, there would be this factor of Chil Hashem, just like there is by Gezel. but to tell you the truth, I don't really understand the proof that the Ri has over here. Why it is that he feels that we have to say that Rav Ashi's intentions were the same from the outset as they were at the time that he expressed his explained himself to the Kusi. So we'll have to figure out what his proof is over here. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to prove that point. Okay, 12:30.
Thank you, Rabbi.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Have a good day, Roy.
Lou, see you soon.
Have a great day.
Okay, Alan, 5:04.
Okay.
Hashem.
All the best.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Alan. Bye, Lou.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.